All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. We're going to be talking about two things. We're going to talk about WWE Unreal, and we're going to be talking about SummerSlam. So before we jump into it, I'm going to let the ladies say hi first, and then we're going right into WWE Unreal. So,
Hello.
they're very enthusiastic. So today, WWE Unreal debuted on Netflix. I want to say they went live at midnight on Netflix,
Probably.
but they have put their 5 episodes up on Netflix. And from what I've seen, like, of course, it's the internet. They're not going to let you just, watch the show and enjoy it. The clips are circulating. I have yet to figure out how these people get these clips up and aren't being flagged for copyright infringement. I don't know how they do it, but they are putting up clips. There are clips everywhere of these first 5 episodes, and essentially, the WWE Unreal docu series chronicles the Netflix premiere and then the road to WrestleMania and everything in between. It talks about certain people's feuds, how that's set up, and they give you a little insight into how the inner workings of these shows happen. So we're going to talk about the first episode, and then next week we'll give you guys a full blow by blow of WWE Unreal. And we're also going to do SummerSlam predictions at the end. Okay, so let's deep dive into this. The very first episode, like I said, was about the Netflix premiere. But in the midst of that, they basically gave you a quick rundown of how they facilitate the shows. They explain Gorilla position, everybody that's usually in Gorilla, in terms of the producers, the creator, the creative executives, all of that. Everybody that's in there are usually the same piece, to 6 to 7 guys that are sitting in there in Gorilla. The tables are set up to where when we see it, the superstars are usually walking through, and we'll see a small table and then a longer table on the side. There are 6 chairs in that room, and in every one of them, somebody's manning cameras, production truck. They're in the earpiece of the refs, and like we've always known as wrestling fans, and all of us who've been historically a part of wrestling our whole lives. We've always known the refs are the ones who facilitate the matches. They're the ones who make sure they guide the wrestlers into keeping time, to cut certain pieces out, and to maintain the flow of the show. Without the referees, Gorilla loses access to the ring. So they need them. That's how you know where they're supposed to go, when they're supposed to leave the ring, how they're supposed to move, and when they're supposed to end a match. The referees facilitate all of those things. Um, as the show progressed, you got to see it from not only Triple H's perspective and some of the writers' perspectives, but you also got to see it from the superstars' perspectives, which is what I really enjoy. They balanced it quite well, and it's not revealing too much, but it also keeps you interested into seeing what they are going to put out there. So I think I talked enough, and I'll let Nicole take over for a little while and explain what she thought of the show.
I'm technically on episode 3 right now, so I won't get too much into it yet. But I at first, so I think people know I'm not old school in a sense of a lot of things, but even though like I love talking about storylines and booking and how I would book things, X, Y, and Z, I'm a big believer in not necessarily in kayfabe, but keeping some things like, we don't need to know everything.
Right.
Um, I'm a very firm believer, and that's why I feel like wrestling fans ask for too much and do too much because I feel like again, like I said, at the end of the day, we don't need to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know everything. Like when Cody was like, "My name is Cody Rollins," I was like, "Ugh, not your government name."
And that's another thing. All the
Um,
wrestlers gave their
which I didn't like, but like at the same time, I'm at the beginning of episode 3, and then Chelsea Green is sitting down, and she has like 5 million names. And then go back to like a John Cena, where he says,
Yeah.
"I'm John Cena. I wrestle under my government name."
Yeah.
So, so again, like that concept was different, and then also in the beginning, you kind of see how certain wrestlers view what they do,
Yeah.
like how they view like what they do, like
Mm-hmm.
um, he was talking about how
Mm-mm.
and he's like, when she obviously when he goes to leave, she's like, "Oh, are you gonna go dancing?" Obviously he's going to entertain it. He says yes. So he was like, obviously he's like, we're performers, and then how they talk about it and blah blah blah. But I thought it was really good. At literally it breaks down the whole um Netflix, them leading up to the big Netflix premiere, and
Mm-hmm.
like how huge of a deal it was. um and again, and showing that you show a little bit of stuff, like, do you see a little bit about Rhea Ripley? Like, she has like this weird taxidermy collection, which I wasn't surprised at
I
one
wasn't
bit.
surprised
That
either.
did not that did not move me one bit, and I mean that in the best possible way.
Nope.
I was like, okay,
I'm like,
okay,
I expected that.
the
That's
sky
not
is blue, but I love
right.
that for you. Ew, and then her name, I thought her name was just Demi.
It's the meat, isn't it?
It's like the meat. I was like, what?
It's she's from Australia, so I'm not surprised.
I was like, I don't know. I guess that's what that is. Um, but it was just, again, it was just like so cool to I was like so cool to just like see, especially like the behind the scenes for a transition as big as Netflix. One thing
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, we kind of touched on it while we were talking, while before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
If WWE does not have a sports psychologist, I think they need to invest in one.
I agree. Because Rhea wasn't the only one that expressed heavy anxiety. So did CM Punk. He talked about it like he's like, I have full blown anxiety until I get out in that ring, that red light hits, and then I'm in full control. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, that sounds crippling to me. I
Yeah.
don't like that.
And then the fact of when Rio was saying like that, literally the whole, she said she barely slept the night before. This is before the Netflix episode. She was
Mm-hmm.
talking about how she did not sleep the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Was up freaking out, barely slept. She felt like she was a zombie, that she wasn't retaining anything about the
Yep.
match. She
Yep.
felt like she was there. She was like, I can't make any decisions. She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I don't even know what I want my makeup to look like. She's like, I don't know what's going on.
No. That sounds that sounded horrible. And then they had her in the ring hours before the
And
show was
she
getting ready to
looks
start.
so
And she looked
so
stressed.
stressed out.
She looked stressed. And I would have been like these guys need to go through extensive therapy before these major shows. I understand that they have a lot on their plate, that they need a lot to do, but you want your people to be mentally strong and ready to go. You don't want them to be at their worst like that before a big show like this, because what if she never, recovered? What if she was still stuck in that?
Someone should have took her out of that ring once they realized she was freaking out like that.
Hmm. Oh boy.
Um, but yeah, look into that. Um, Also, speaking, obviously, that's a whole episode about Punk and Seth had a bit so fucking stressed out.
Poor Abyss. He
And
was
they had
working.
him, so I'm like, fucking, and I started getting pissed. I said, stop fucking wrestling.
They would not stop. They did not stop. And that man was about to cry.
Yeah,
And
because
it
Bruce
took,
is staring at him.
yeah, like it's his fault. And it took Regal to come over there and be like, hey, you did great. Like you did the best you could. Don't beat yourself up so much. He was like, yeah, I just want to make that man happy. I was like, fuck Bruce Pritchard. Fuck
I was
him.
so. Them niggas had me tight. Like, that was me. Like,
What?
when I tell you I was tight, and this is coming from someone, I think, because, like, I'm in management, and sometimes, especially in, like, certain areas of management, you feel like you're herding cats,
Yeah.
and you feel like you're alone on an island trying to, like, herd these cats. So I, like, again, like, obviously, I'm not, taking care of some fucking $1 billion production.
Right.
But, like, the core of it is similar enough. And when I tell you I was tight on his behalf, I was tight. Because I was like, y'all are doing too fucking much.
Yeah.
I was like, stop it. I said, get in the back right now.
Like I understand they wanted to convey the match to have as much emotion as possible. Two unrelenting, stubborn, bullheaded people are wrestling, but at the same time, like
You
you
had
know
that
that
man stressed out.
right, like he's back there screaming at you to finish this, cut the vice, cut this, cut that, get to the last part, get this shit going. We don't have time. Now, Bruce Pritchard did make it very clear that they are not given carte blanche to do whatever they want, which I slightly believe, and then again I don't. Um, he was like, we don't have all the time in the world. That's not true. But he never elaborated on it, which I find to be a odd. That's odd to me. You got time to elaborate. You're talking on it. You're on a docu series. The whole point is to have conversation. And he didn't do that. Something tells me they do have time, but they want to keep the show concise down to a particular set
Yeah.
of time. They
But
don't want to go over it, which is fine.
to me, it sounded like they have a lot of extra time, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like they can't go over, like they have times. I think they give them, be like, okay, this many times a year you can go over this amount. You don't want to use like whatever amount that they give them. You don't want to use a good chunk of that literally on your first fucking show.
Can I play devil's advocate real quick about this?
Sure.
Just real quick. I haven't really sit down and watched the shows. I've seen the clips. There's ways of doing that, Tiff. You either alter the speed of it, you alter their voices, you flip it around. It's a bunch of ways how people can get around it. Um, but and I say this as a good person, or at least trying to be a good person. I think with certain people back there, even if just to say they don't have creative control back there, but we saw how like Seth was acting at Survivor Series, and then like people were like, no, he was legit mad because he didn't know Punk was coming back. I think a lot of it is just like, look, we know you guys don't like each other. We're trying to keep time from, like what Nicole's saying, like, we're not trying to lose time because we don't know what's going to go on with Netflix. We don't know about their servers. There's like a whole bunch of technical issues that you guys don't even really consider. Um, but I think sometimes they do that because if they, maybe just to save time when it came to those two, because really, I mean, it's first off, it's Punk. He can do he'll go off script, but then like Seth, he gets real in the emotions sometimes in real life. So that could have been something they were doing to him too.
But regardless, it doesn't matter. Like, you're not the only person part of the show. I think that's what made me mad, because it's like everybody else did their job. You're not that fucking special. Do your job too. Like, I feel like he always has to do some, like, you don't need to always do something extra. Like, you can be normal for a day. Like, I feel like everything is so overthought, over produced, and it's like worrying about your legacy and shit like that. But it's like, well, okay, you're not that worried about your legacy. Your knee blows out every 2 business days. So it's like, what are we doing?
Nicole.
I mean, I get with what you're saying because they even with Netflix they go over, but most of the time Netflix from when I watch it, unless it's something super major, I think ever since they started on Netflix, they haven't gone to 11:30. They usually call it around 10:30, which I'm fine with, okay, because that gives me like extra 30 minutes, take a shower, go to bed, whatever I want to do. But then like I don't know. I We've heard rumors about Seth kind of throwing fits in the back before. So if he was going off like that, I mean, like you're not the only person here. If anything, I would want them to show the women being upset because we hardly had any women on the Netflix show the first night. We could have had easily had Lyra and Dakota for the women's intercontinental champion on the first night of Netflix, but they pushed that back. Why didn't they show the women getting upset about that? But you know, he can throw a temper tantrum though apparently because he's the best thing that's ever happened to wrestling in current generation or whatever.
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest, 1,000%. Like there was rarely a time watching this that we saw people being upset about anything. I think what I was talking about specifically is the time. So Seth and we watched the match, so we know what happened during the match. For us, it just seemed like this was the plan all along, but in fact, it was not. Abyss is back there struggling to get them to because he has to talk through the ref. The ref has to be like, tell Punk to stop. Tell Seth to not execute this move. Tell him not to kick out. Like he's not. They're not complying. Is what we're talking about. And the whole time, when I say when you watch it, you'll see. When Nicole says Abyss was struggling, that is not a lie. That is an absolute truth. And Bruce Pritchard didn't really make him feel any better about it. He kind of just took it and was just like, don't worry about it. Things happen. You went over. It's okay. The show was great. The fans are happy. That's all that matters. He didn't really, provide him any comfort beyond that. And it took William Regal to come in and just go, look, you did your job. You were doing the best you can. Sometimes things are out of your control. And Abyss was like, I just want to make this guy happy, pointing at Bruce Pritchard. And he was like, you make yourself happy because you did what you were supposed to do. That's all that matters is that you're happy, which is, I 1000% agree. As far as Seth and CM Punk goes, like, I get where Nicole's coming from. Like, they have to be more cognitive about their jobs and not necessarily only focus on the match at the time. Like, I'm not saying they can't have a good match because you definitely can.
Oh no, 100%. And that was like a good match, but I'm saying like and you'll see it when you talk to her, he literally at least 5 different times had to be like, please cut this, please let's do that.
Right.
Literally 5 or 6 times. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, if it was 2 or 3, okay, that's still honestly a little too much for me, but it was repeatedly. And I was
And
like,
it
this
was,
is and this is only what we saw. Oh my
yeah.
god, why did they do this on
Yes.
every show?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was only what
All
we
them damn
saw.
people in NXT.
Girl, they doing it on every show. You might as well prepare yourself. It's Hulk Hogan. What do you say?
No, I'm just
And
talking about this, that, and the same people.
and before we finish this out, just so y'all know, we're very much aware of Hogan's death, but
Okay, Blake, this outfit is
we're
cute.
not we're not gonna we're not gonna talk about it or any of that. Um I I'll say it this way to be
Oh,
respectful.
what's his name? Ain't fired.
Who not?
The dude who was in the tag team with Briggs and was in the culling and got kicked out weirdly.
Oh yeah, Jensen didn't get fired. He just got kicked out the culling.
I thought he was fired, like fired,
No,
because he hadn't been on TV. Well, they just showed him. He had a suit on, so I feel like he's injured.
they said he had some type of injury and they didn't need him to be in the culling no more,
Oh, well, I
so
didn't see all that. Well, I'm
but
glad he got a job.
yeah. I'm just gonna tell y'all, we just not gonna talk about Hogan. We don't have no desire to. But there's plenty of other podcasts that will talk about him, and there's plenty of places for you to see his legacy. And I'll say this to be fair So the superstar moniker came because of Hulk Hogan and how they were and how they structured him and his entire character makeup. So kudos for that. Other than that, if you want to find somebody who's going to be praising him, you're not going to find it here. Sorry. Anyways, back to the show. So Nicole's probably watching NXT, so you might hear her cut in and out through NXT, just so y'all know. But yeah, the first episode of Unreal, from what we saw, I like the show. It's very interesting. I will say this: that writers' room is quite interesting. It's very
Once we
interesting.
finish that, I want to have a conversation about that because that's
It's real
crazy.
interesting. It's real interesting. I don't know what's going on. I don't the best way I can explain
There's
it is
one dude in there. Who did I think he was for a second? There's one dude in there who looks like Corey, but it's
yeah,
not Corey.
but it wasn't. And then
They have that one black dude. I'm trying to figure out what he does
I don't know what he does. He
because
seems
I
like
see
he's a
him all the
writer.
time.
He looks like he's a writer too.
But I feel like he got a like an actual. I think he has a role besides a writer because I would always see him backstage too.
Yeah, and I've seen him like
He's
3 or
always
4
I've seen
times.
him all the time, either back at the stage or by the ring with people, and he always got a headset on.
Also, you thinking more like producer rather than writer.
I think he's a producer and a writer. I feel like he got like some hyphenated
Like a
ass
combo
title
job.
because
Hmm.
I was like, because I never seen them other people.
No, I've never seen
But
that.
I was like, I see him. I was like,
You
I see
seen
him
that
all the
black
time.
dude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That writer's room is very
A lot of
she
testosterone in there.
yeah. Now there's a couple women that I ended up seeing on the second episode, but it is a lot of testosterone and it's very Caucasian.
Yes.
It's very Caucasian. I need y'all to diversify. And not for the sake of
Shit, or
just
get
hiring
Kaz back in there.
right. And it's not for the sake of just hiring more black women and black men or Latina men, Asian men, or none of that. Look, in order for you to be creatively open, you have to have the people there to provide you with that space. If you don't, you will lack creativity. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hold on,
And that's
y'all.
it for Unreal as of now.
Yeah, hold on. I need a break. Hold on. 1 second.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all, but something went down the wrong way. I was about to die in here.
No, you're good.
Oh, jeez. All right. So we're gonna talk about WWE Unreal next week. After we finish watching the show. So today we're gonna be going over SummerSlam, the matches. Let me tell y'all something about SummerSlam. SummerSlam it's gonna start at 1 for the pre-show. That pre-show is gonna be 6 hours.
Well, hold up. The pre-show itself is going to be 6 hours.
Ma'am, I can't lie to you. They said it yesterday.
Yes, you can lie to me. I'm
Ma'am,
really wishing now.
the pre-show starts at 1. It starts at 1. SummerSlam
Okay.
doesn't start until like 6.
I have
So
a
it's gonna be
question.
between 5 and 6 hours.
I have a question. And maybe somebody can answer this in the comments or, send me a DM or whatever.
Excuse me.
I like SummerSlam. I respect it. It's one of the 4 original big ones. Not my favorite pay-per-view of the year, like when it comes to the big 4. But why? Why are they giving it why are they treating it like a second WrestleMania? Why are they giving it 2 nights? Why this? Like, we just had Mania back in April.
Well, I'll put it this way. The smart thing, I mean, I don't mind SummerSlam being 2 nights. You want to make sure you can include as many feuds as possible. It's a big show. SummerSlam is always very Mania adjacent. So Mania, I mean SummerSlam being 2 nights, I don't mind. As long as they're not trying to make all of the big five have 2 nights, like Money in the Bank, Survivor Series, um, Royal Rumble. I don't want 2 nights for that. I don't mind SummerSlam though. SummerSlam is okay to me.
Yeah.
But I mean I would have likened it to you've got a massive roster. You want to include as many people as you can. And this is the summer. This is the end of the summer. Matt, this is your mania for summer. You know what I'm saying? So this, like I said, I don't have an issue with this being 2 nights. I am glad that they have each night filled up like a mania. So I'm okay. I'm okay with this. I can understand if you aren't. I can understand if you feel like this
I
is a little overload for me.
I mean,
it,
I don't mind it because it always has been the second. It's always like that's their second biggest show of the it's is SummerSlam.
Mm.
yeah, and
It always is. It's like it's so that's why I don't mind it because again, it always was like a quote unquote second WrestleMania because it's halfway through the year. And then obviously with everything what they're doing and stuff like that, like again, they have each night that's like overloaded or like, not overloaded, but each night has this thing. So that's why I don't necessarily mind it. And then also it's like at like I don't say they haven't been there in a while, but at least it's like not in fucking Vegas or in um what is Booker T doing? Or in like fucking Saudi Arabia like Royal Rumble is about to be.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the states, and it's giving that city a lot of revenue, and a lot of people are going to show up. So I'm okay with that.
I mean, I don't know. I just find it weird that it's 2 nights. To be
I
honest,
mean it's been announced as 2 nights though.
I know it's been announced 2 nights last year. So, and they're gonna have it in that stadium that they had Royal Rumble in Indiana. Great for them. They're getting a lot of income. I just, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been following SummerSlam. I've had a lot of stuff going on. So, I mean, if the cards are worth it, because I mean, I know WrestleMania is 2 nights, but WrestleMania night one kind of sucked. WrestleMania night two blew it away. And it's just kind of like, especially on Sundays when people have to get up and go to work on Mondays, they don't want to stay up till 11:30 if the cards aren't going to be any good, if that makes sense anymore, because we've been spoiled.
I mean, I can understand how that would be a factor for you, but I think that's a personal decision. So you would have to decide if it's worth watching both shows or not. That's totally up to you. WWE is going to do what they want to do either way. So if I were you and you felt like you were like, okay, the way you would assess it is look at how the cards are set up. The card is set up by the night that each show is going to be by each night. That's how they have it set up. So I'm gonna run y'all through it. I'll tell you what night each match is on, and then you can decide how you want to watch SummerSlam. If you want to watch both nights, if you just want to watch Saturday, or if you just want to watch Sunday, that's totally up to you. So let's start off with Saturday. Okay. Saturday night consists of a few matches. You got 6 matches for the card for Saturday. Hold on. Make sure I pull it up correctly. Okay. So let's start off with the non-title matches first, and then we'll go into the title bouts. Okay, for Saturday.
Mhm.
Saturday is you're gonna have Jelly Roll and Randy Orton facing off against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. So you can decide who's gonna win if you choose to pass on this match because you don't care who's in it. that is fine, but we need to give predictions because we always do.
Is
So
Drew back in the States yet?
he will be. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think that he is. I think he'll be back by Friday. If he isn't back now, he should be, because his wife went and went ahead, and I think he left his passport at home. So hopefully he should be back in time. I think she either express mailed it to him or expedited it to him, and he was able to come back and make it in time because he was talking like he was going to be here in time. So,
What's
I
his wife? His wife's a good one. I think Randy and Jelly Roll are gonna win this because then I can get Orton and Drew a feud for like the rest of the year because Logan Paul's pretty much gonna fuck off until Royal Rumble anyway at this point.
you might be right about that one, especially about Logan Paul. Nicole, who you got in this match? You got Jelly Roll and Orton, or do you have Paul and McIntyre?
It's probably gonna be Jelly Roll and Randy.
I am going to be the odd man out this time because I think that they're going to lose. I think it's going to be Paul and McIntyre who are going to win.
I'm gonna call it how it's gonna. I'm gonna call it as it's gonna. That it's gonna look like that. Drew and Logan are gonna win, but they start fighting because the other one doesn't want the other one to get the pin. And that's when Jelly Roll's gonna hit Logan Paul with a fucking black hole slam. And I'm so glad they're calling it that because that was Abyss's move back in TNA. But we hit him with that, and then when Drew's like all defends down, Randy hits him with the RKO and picks up the win. That goes into Survivor.
I don't mean to cut you off, Alexis, but just so you know, he is one of the people who was training Jelly Roll, including Kevin Owens.
Cool. I just like hearing Black Hole Slam on my TV when I do see the clips of it, so it makes me very happy. Well, they didn't put in 2K because they're bitches. They don't know when
it's now.
Oh, it's now on 2K? Yeah, because I saw the video of where I keep calling that man Abyss. I'm so sorry, sir.
His name is Chris Park. It's okay, but his name is Chris Park.
I don't know wrestlers on stuff like that. I only call them by their their government names when like they make me mad. So
I say call him by his wrestling name. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I mean that to me is Abyss. Like I don't know
Whose name?
Chris Parks.
They didn't even say. They only called him Abyss when they were talking about how like all the producers used to be wrestlers.
That was the only time they called him.
They called him Chris. They didn't call that man Abyss. We call that man Abyss.
I'm calling him Abyss.
I was looking. I said, "There's Abyss."
Right. And then I don't know. It's a little too close for comfort for me because I don't know you like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna call you by the wrestling name.
That's like Abyss. Yeah, I mean, like that's Abyss to me. Like that's one of the guys who built TNA for me. That's when I started watching. Like really good was when he was there, and I was like, holy shit, this guy is legit scary. When they showed the video of him in 2K, when they saw Abyss getting like the full treatment, and it's everything. It's just his old TNA. They got TNA's music. They got like his moves down, like little things that he would do on the way to the ring. And he was sitting there like tears in his eyes, trying not to cry. And I'm like, you know what? If anyone deserves it, it's this guy right here. Because Abyss is one of those guys who basically showed up, went to work, went home, didn't do shit to get in trouble. So right off the bat, I love him. So, but yeah, Jelly Roll's going to hit Logan with the Black Hole Slam, and Orton's going to hit Drew with an RKO. That takes Randy and Drew into Survivor Series, or if they have another Saudi show. And then, like I said, this is usually the time we don't see Logan Paul till Royal Rumble next year.
I'm sticking with Paul and McIntyre. I really am. But we got 2 for Orton and Jelly Roll and 1 for Paul and McIntyre. So we're going to move into the next match that's scheduled for Saturday. It is another tag team match. Just so y'all know, there's a lot of tag team matches. not a super amount, like a massive amount, but there are at least 4 between both shows. So
That's WWE. That's a lot.
right, it's pretty significant. So the women are going to be wrestling on Saturday as well for the women's tag team titles, and they haven't had much interaction outside of them coming on to SmackDown and wrestling um Alexa and Charlotte individually. So I imagine by Friday we will see them interact with each other some more and add some more heat to their matches, their match for Saturday. But it is going to be the current champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez of Judgment Day, facing off against the newly formed team who are not friends, as they put it.
I feel
Charlotte
like that
Flair
should
and
be the
Alexa
tag team
Bliss.
name. We are not friends.
We
I
are
know it's like
not
a
friends.
mouthful, but I'm like into it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Team Hell No. Like, but
Not them yelling at Jasmine Nix.
ooh,
They are screaming at that girl because she lost.
somebody got to yell at her. Who should go up against Jada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then JC and I was getting my food, so I didn't get to see the end of why she lost or how she lost technically.
Mm.
But they were just like being like, girl, like what the fuck?
I don't know why they lose more often than she do, because they in the ring more than she is.
I just have to say, Tiff, because if y'all don't follow Tiff's Instagram account, please do it. When she watches Raw, SmackDown, NXT, she does her own commentary on it. When you called Roxanne YN last night, little YN, is that what you called her? I fucking lost it.
Wait, who did I call a YN yesterday, Jared? Who was it?
Roxanne.
Dom? Was it Dom? I think I was calling Dom that. I
thought you were
don't
calling
remember.
that.
She called Dom.
She
It
called
was
Dom
Dom.
that. Oh,
It was
something
Dom. We were because he was coming out there, and I don't remember what he did, but he did something, and I'm like, he the youngest one on the roster, so to me he a YN. It's the only way I can explain it.
I thought you were talking about Roxanne. Either way, it made me laugh. So I'm just like, she did not just say YN. Like, oh my god.
Even though Dom is technically a vet.
Yeah, Roxanne a YN too. She can get it. She a YN too. But she be crashing out, so that applies.
Well,
Even though Dom is a literal young OG.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Look, if you don't want to get smacked around, don't get involved in men's business. I know that sounds really fucked up, but last night when the Kabuki Warriors came out there and laid out her and Raquel, and then AJ like tossed Kyrie like she weighed nothing and she did that sick elbow.
So cool. It was such a cool moment.
I think I've watched that like 15 times today. Like, I'm not even joking.
I love that. I was like, this would be awesome if they had some trios titles, some mixed trios titles. I would love this. But they already got enough shit going on.
I don't like having a bunch of belts.
They got enough shit going on. For real.
There's enough shit going on.
It's too much. They don't even book that shit right.
Right?
One day.
Yeah.
This is how I would do the trios titles. It would be a man's and a woman's title. It would just be a gender neutral title.
So, you can have intergender matches and all. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would do, and it sounds crazy, but hear me out. First 6 months, you have it whichever one. So say first 6 months is to the men. No matter who has the title, once it hits that 6 months, it has to, there's an open challenge, and then you have whatever trios bitches is fighting win it. Mm-hmm. But the men are still technically the title, but they're not holding the titles, but they're not holding the titles, but they're still technically the trios champion. If that makes sense. Like, they're still the trios champion, but they're not wrestling in a trio. So you can do storylines where them dudes like either stay together, either they break up, you can send people on vacation, X, Y, and Z. And you do that to the women and then you switch. And then it's just a cycle. So you're not bogged down with a
I
men's
mean,
and a women's title.
that's a cool idea, honey, but they don't even know what to do with the two-person tag people
That
half the
is
time.
true.
That's part of the problem. That's the only problem I
That's
have.
because I low key think they should do the same thing to the tag titles, not gonna lie.
Oh,
Until they build up more tag teams to have separate brand ones, I think they should there should just be one. I mean, there's only one women's title, tag title, so it's whatever. But I think there should only be one men's tag titles for right
I
now.
have to agree because it's not working with them being on Raw. Raw's tag team division is suffering, but
Non-existent.
SmackDown's is thriving, and that's because Road Dogg understands how to book some tag.
Also, there's not enough tag teams on Raw.
There's not enough. There's not enough.
There's like 3 tag teams on that show.
Who's Raw? I know Wyatt Six is holding it down on SmackDown. Who's the Raw tag team
Judgment
champion?
Day. It's Judgment Day.
You know what? That's
They
The only
they
tag,
should have
but there's
lost.
no tag teams. The
No, but
only
they
tag
had
teams on Raw are New
LWO,
Day,
New Day,
Judgment Day,
Day,
and
and Creed Brothers, and there is the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders. That's the tag team division. And once Judgment Day implodes, they'll be down a tag team.
You know how sad, I'm going to say this, and Nicole's probably going to be like, she's reading my mind. Do you know how sad it is that you have one of the best wrestlers on your roster as a champion, and I can't remember that he was a champion?
Who is that?
Finn? I totally forgot Finn. I totally forgot Finn was tag team champion, but then I remember all the dumb shit they've had him doing for the last 2 years, so it makes sense that I forgot about him.
Well, to be honest with you, like, now don't get me wrong. I don't always defend WWE, but let's look at things into perspective. Finn was a part of Judgment Day. He's been multi-time champion in Judgment Day. Not only that, but he's been on TV more often than not. While I understand people don't necessarily like the way Finn has been booked, at the same time, I say this all the time. Everybody has their season, babe. Everybody can't be at the top. Everybody can't be in every slot. There has to be timing. Timing is everything. And while, to be fair, Finn could have gotten his Mania moment a long time ago if Vince wasn't being such a douche. Given where we are right now, Finn needs to be built back up to have that fan backing in order for him to get what he rightfully deserves. I wouldn't have put him out there and not let him have that grand moment because Finn could be a great anti-hero style face if given the opportunity to do so. But I'm not going to do it just because Finn is a big name. There needs to be some tact to all of that. And I think that sometimes that people don't remember that WWE are structuring their stuff in seasons and how it's set up. They have it all planned out. And I'm telling you,
I meant that I like Finn as a wrestler, and I saw a picture of him with those tag titles earlier today. That was probably like 5 hours ago, and I forgot 5 hours later that he was tag champion. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff.
mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds more like you've been checked out for quite some time.
Just a bit.
So that part I wouldn't put on WWE. I'd be like, well, they're not doing anything that I feel like is keeping me entertained, which is fine. That there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's the basis of it.
Shit, I spelled this wrong.
So we're finishing out Saturday. We already covered the tag team match with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul in them. Now we're going into the tag team match with the Goyles. Okay. The girls are going to be competing for the tag team titles, and we have Charlotte Flair and Bliss facing off against Raquel and Perez. So, who do you think is winning?
Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah.
They're going Charlotte and Alexa. I'll go with the majority. Going into the next match for Saturday. Let me see. So we're gonna have one more match that is not title bound. It is another tag team match. Saturday has a lot of tag team matches on it. Saturday has a majority of the tag team matches. But to be fair, Sunday has a massive tag team match with every tag team available on SmackDown being included in that match. Okay. But this tag team match is Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns and Jey Uso.
I'm going to pass on this one.
All right. Nicole, who you got?
Okay. I'm going to actually, who is this? Oh, no.
This is the Usos.
No, I was talking about NXT. I was like,
Okay.
whose music is this? I'm gonna go with Roman and Jay, obviously, since they got mollywopped on Monday, 50-50 booking.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's... Okay,
What?
you can go on.
What'd you say?
I was just talking to my kid. Sorry, I thought I was on mute.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay. We're I lost what the fuck I was at. So obviously, because they love 50-50 booking, and also I think the story needs to be told that regardless of Paul Heyman hooping and hollering saying that these guys are up next or blah blah, and that's not to say that they aren't. I 100% agree with that, but it is not their time yet. And I think that's a good story to start off and
I
or
agree.
leave off on. Especially for them. Like I said, they have plenty of time. Actually, I don't know how old I feel like Bronson Reed is a little bit older than we
I
think
think
he
Bronson's
is.
in his
I feel like he's my age,
30s.
to be honest.
Yeah. Hold on, let me pull it up. Bronson Reed age. I think he's in his mid to late 30s. Yeah, he's 36.
Okay. Well, he's a year older than me.
And he's 2 years younger than me. Okay. Well,
I don't like
Braun
this.
Breaker's only
Someone go help
27.
him.
Who's getting beat up?
Javon Evans. They jumped him. I don't like this.
Who jumped
Why
him?
ain't nobody coming out to help him?
Wait, who jumped him?
High Rise and what's his name? And Trick Williams. He didn't
So
even do nothing
nobody's
to
coming
y'all. He
out
just out
there?
there talking. Huh?
Nobody came out there to help him?
No, where is Chase U? Come on now.
That's crazy.
I'm so mad about that. But yeah, I think it should. I think honestly, this is probably going to be a lot better than I think it will be.
I agree.
So I feel like this is like a sleeper. I feel like this will be a sleeper match for me.
I think it's going to be a good match too.
So yeah, that's what I think is going.
This match probably going to go second to last to Gunther and CM Punk. But this one, I'm going to go Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. I agree. I think the 50-50 booking comes into play here. And they just got demolished on Monday. This was not just like a equal fight where both people were standing tall. This was Roman and was laid out. And that nigga took his shoes.
I was like, what are you taking his shoes for? This is a hood. I said, where are you from? You're not even from here.
You straight up hijacked that nigga's shoe.
That's literally how I was. I'm like, bro, you ain't even from here. Why are you doing that?
Right,
That was crazy. I was so irritated by that.
Just took that man's spin ice right off his feet. I was like, good Lord. Anyways, we got I think we got 2 more matches for Saturday. Because most of those are tag team matches and everything else is on Sunday. So we're gonna go to the ladies once again. Okay. You got Tiffany Stratton facing off against Jade Cargill. Who you got?
Um, this one makes me a little bit nervous, actually.
Oh boy.
I don't like
But she
this.
just hit 200 days, so I feel like she
I
should
think she's
drop
gonna
it.
drop it.
Yeah, she's had it long enough.
I think she's gonna drop it.
They got to put something on Jade eventually. So, and especially if they're trying to do something else with, seems like they're making a conscious enough effort to separate Naomi from Jade, at least for the time being.
Yeah, they are because
Then
of
she has to be champion.
yeah, because of Bianca's hand not healing right. She says she doesn't think she has to go through surgery.
I think honestly she probably should have had surgery.
I think she should have had surgery too.
From what it sounds like, because she said she can't bend the other
She
one.
can't bend
and I
it.
was like, she should have had surgery.
Yeah, it should have been corrected, but apparently it looks like she can rehab it and come back, but she just won't be back in time for SummerSlam. So I think what they did was they scrapped the original plan, which was to have them intertwined with each other, and now they're in this where they've got Naomi on Raw, and they'll probably move, Jade into having a couple programs with people until Bianca's gonna be cleared.
Yeah.
So there's one more match on that card for Saturday, which I thought it was on the card for Sunday, but it is not. It is on the card for Saturday. Karrion Kross is facing off against Sami Zayn on Saturday.
I thought Sammy was out injured.
No, he's back. He's clear. He's gonna be cleared.
Injured. He was
So
injured for funsies.
do we pick Jade? Or did you guys pick anybody?
Oh, I picked Jade, even though it made me nervous.
Who are you picking, Alexis?
I'm not trying to sound like a bitch. I honestly don't care. I mean, if it's to get the belt off of Tiffany, the lady sitting in section seat 005 can take the damn title off of Tiffany Stratton.
Oh
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was not excited about anything today.
Right? Like, what's going on?
I'll be honest, I have not been sports entertained by this, and I just think with the Tiffany and Jay thing, and I have to be very careful what I say because seeing a lot of discourse online again, apparently, because people can't have opinions, but I honestly just feel like this has been rushed. There's been no real build up to it. I know she's been dealing with Naomi and shit, but it's like, I don't know. Now, if she slaps the shit out of Tiffany Stratton, that her old face comes back, then I might get a giggle out of it. But
that's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, there was no building up to this. It was just like they're in the ring. Jade picks up the title, and then she looks at Tiffany, and Tiffany looks like the botched face that she's had from plastic surgery.
Jesus.
I don't care about Tiffany Stratton anymore, and I feel bad for saying that about Jade, but I just don't care. I don't.
Well, I'll put it this way. We've seen some feuds not have any build up, and they're some of the best matches on the card. So I always tell you to remove your bias and watch the show for what it is, and don't have any high expectations, and you won't be disappointed. And usually I'm right about that. So I say if you're not interested due to the lack of building with this, then I can understand. But at the same time, give them a little grace, just a little bit. They have earned. I don't really care for Tiffany Stratton either, but she's irrelevant in terms of the bottom line to me. I just want to see a good match and whoever wins wins. And then Jay can start, if it's Jay, she can start her title reign and proceed forward. And we'll see her probably go up against somebody like Naya, and you'll have her have different fights. Um so let's first see what they do before we start, writing it off. Let's see what they do with it. Because like I said, we've seen matches where there's no build, there's nothing, and or the build is very lackluster and the match is actually really good. Like they had a no build match on NXT with Jasper and Javon, and they had a banger of a match when they fought each other. So I say let's wait this one out first before we start, having that type of opinion for it. But I understand where you're coming from. I just want to give it a minute. Let's move forward. Karrion Kross is facing off against Sami Zayn. So, which guy are you picking? I have a feeling the coach's probably going to pick Cross.
I'm gonna pick Sammy.
I'm picking my King Cross.
I'm going with Sammy. I think it would
No.
lend. I think it would lend more credibility to the story to let him win, because Cross can't be able to change everybody. He's got to come up against somebody that can thwart him, and that's the only problem that he has, is that he can't seem to get Sammy to do what he wants him to do. So we got 2 for Sammy and 1 for Cross.
Hmm.
All right. So that seems to be your card for SummerSlam night 1, outside of the last match, which is CM Punk versus Gunther. What you got?
You can go, Alexis.
Why? Was there a build up to this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you been watching Monday Night Raw? They've been going back and forth for weeks now. There was a build for it.
I don't think Punk's gonna win it. I'll go with Gunther on this one.
Okay. Nicole?
Oops, sorry, my phone wasn't working. I'm gonna go with Punk because there isn't really any reason for Gunther to have it any much longer.
I
And this
agree.
is coming from someone who has a fan. I think they did whatever they needed him and wanted him to do. So
Hmm.
I think they should just give it to Punk.
I agree. Gunther can always get another title another time. CM Punk is like on his last legs, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna go with Punk. I think he's gonna win it. Um, I just think he's gonna win it. Um, it'll be an interesting fight to say the least. You got Gunther, one of the most skilled wrestlers on the roster, going up against CM Punk, the self-proclaimed best in the world. Going to be very interesting. So we're moving on to the next set of matches. I think I'm missing a match though. So we're going to move into the women's side. We got Lyra facing off against Becky Lynch. There's a stipulation attached to this match.
Oh, before we
However,
get started, some of them renders were sending me yesterday.
what renders? The moving ones or the ones that look
All of
like
them
this?
when they were showing going through the entire match card.
Oh yeah, they have the
I
moving
was
ones
like,
for
some of
those.
them were okay, some were good. I was like, some of these look real goofy. I was like, come on now.
I don't know what they were doing, babe. But it looked like they caught some people in the hallway and some people was in the photo booth.
Yeah, Lyra's sent me because I was like, I said, they should have had her tilt her head up a little bit lower because it looks stupid. I was like, why they let her look stupid? Because her head is like all the way in the, like, I get it, obviously, bird lady shit, but it's her head was, she was too pointed up in the sky. They should have had her, had, they should have had her eye level and like slight, like, like a slight, I want to say like a 30, maybe not even like a 30, 35-degree angle. But her head was literally felt like it was cranked all the way back. staring at the like. I was like, oh my god, this is too much. I need to find that.
Nicole is a whole Kiki. I swear to God.
I was so salty about that because I said, this is crazy.
Okay, so Becky and Lyra are supposed to be facing off for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, in this match, if Lyra loses, she cannot challenge Becky for this title ever. As long as Becky has it, she cannot challenge for it. So, with that stipulation being added, who y'all got?
Skip.
All right. Nicole?
I'm surprisingly gonna go with Becky because she should drop it, but she should not drop it to Lyra.
Should drop it to Bailey, in my opinion.
I kind of even wanted to go to Bailey. I kind of want to go to somebody new.
I wanted to go to Bailey.
If there's not a new bitch back there, then it can go to Bailey.
Who else is back there besides Roxanne?
I don't know.
Raquel.
Actually, there isn't anybody.
Because fuck ass Kiana is on Raw on SmackDown, so she ain't over
Yeah,
there.
Kiana. I love Kiana. I don't even care.
I don't give a fuck.
She's just so badly dressed. I love it.
So sick of her shit. I'm so sick
I'm
of it.
so sick of her, and I love it. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see more shitty outfits from her.
It's so gross. I hate
They're
you for
so
that.
terrible. And I'm like, you got so much room to work with now. You got titties.
And they was pushed
Like you
up.
got so much. And that's what people are trying to clown her. I wasn't clowning her for that because I was like, she's not used to having titties.
I'm like, what
So
happened?
in
Like,
her mind, she still probably thinks like, because
I
again,
can
this is
wear
like
this
TV. Yeah, like she know that she's probably needs like that
push-up bra.
Victoria's Secret bra. I said,
And
Mama, you don't need that.
You don't need it.
You good.
Just put your titties in the shirt.
Yes,
You have a
will be able to see them.
on.
They look great. Whoever did them did a fantastic job.
Just stop wearing the push-up bras. That's what I was talking about. Like the push-up bras is making them.
Her tits. You know who? And I don't like this family, but you know who else got a really good boob job, and she did end up like tweeting what she got done, like what all
Who was
she
that?
asked for. Is Kylie Jenner.
Oh, okay.
Kylie Jenner has a great boob job as well. I love me because I'm all for people doing stuff to make them feel better.
I agree.
And I was like, you know what, Kiana, you went to a great person. You probably, whoever you went to, hindsight, Tiffany probably should have went to them.
Well,
because I was like,
Tiffany should have.
they're still way too high. Like she's had them for too long. But anyways, talking about things, I think it should be Becky because also, and I think Lyra should turn heel.
She could turn heel with the title.
Yeah, but I don't want her to have the title. I'd rather I want Becky to drop it, but for some reason it's not sitting right for me to have her drop to Lyra. Even I like Lyra now.
You know what I'm saying? Not after that little jig she did in the ring with her Becky steppers.
She did a lot of weird shit that whole all day. She was just everything about her was so weird last week.
I got my big shoes on, my Becky steppers. I said, ma'am. Ma'am.
I'm like, pick the script back up.
What'd you say, Alexis?
I said, well, first I said that Tiffany should have went to the guy who did Bliss's tits. Because, yeah, Alexa Bliss is like the best fake titties on the roster. But was she like making fun of Becky's old NXT like idea where she basically came out and danced jigs and wearing green plaid?
No. She had on. Lyra likes to wear those platform style sneakers. And
or just platform anything.
Yeah, she wears like platform style boots, shoes, and sneakers. And they were cute. I'm not gonna lie, I like them a lot. I need to know where she got them from because I'll buy them. But
that one site pops up on my Instagram every once in a while. Let me find it.
Oh, cool.
Anywhere, it's the stuff. nowadays.
They were
Harley's out.
cute. I really liked them, but she was in the middle of the ring and she was just like, I got my Becky steppers on, and she did a little. It was a little 1-2. If you go on, if you go on, what they call it, if you go on X and just type in like Lyra Valkyria, I'm sure it'll come up. There was a clip. If I think I saved it. If I find it, I'll put it in our group chat so you can see it. But that's what she did. It wasn't like picking at Becky's Irish jig, which that would have been ingenious. Okay, that's the smart thing to do. But no, she just came out there and was like, I got my Becky steppers on, you know. It was just such a I don't know, she seemed very out of it during this particular promo. And I was like, okay. But they ended up fighting, which the fight was a little weird as well. I just felt like that should have been a backstage segment. But you know, it wasn't anything of her picking at her Irish jig. I wish she would have. That would have been amazing. Anybody smart would do that. Like, do it now. Talk to her and do that now.
Oh, I totally would. I mean, like, I know Lyra's Irish, so it wouldn't help, but I would put on the worst Irish accent that I would think a war crime against my own people. Like, I would
Jesus.
go all on that shit.
Found him.
Oh, cool.
Sending it.
Thank you. Okay, so these girls are going to be fighting. Nicole is picking Becky. She wants Becky. What do you pick, Alexis? You picking Becky or Lyra?
They're from Doll's Kill. I'm not really surprised by that.
Oh, fuck.
I don't like buying from them, but those are cute though.
I don't like buying either, but the shoes are cute. I can't get them anywhere else.
Girl, platform sneaker shoes are in. I went to get Harley some for like school, and she wanted a pair. And I mean, it's the old school blocky Baby Spice platform shit. That shit is everywhere. And I'm like, I really should have saved my stuff from when I was in high school, because now my kid probably still wouldn't wear it. She's like, it's vintage. Well, what the fuck you think you're wearing now? You're basically wearing everything I wore.
I don't know. Like they might be. A lot of the kids are into vintage stuff, so you never know.
Well, she's just like, well, you know, it's like, but then she's like, oh, it's vintage. And then she comes to me and she's like, yeah, I want to do Y2K. And I'm like, are you serious? You call them
she's a child of the internet. Child of the internet.
My child wanted a Labubu. So I'm like, I ain't paying $30. Fucking keychain that you're going to probably lose in like 2 weeks.
You should have definitely said no. Nobody wants something to have a Labubu. People are going nuts over it.
Dude, I don't know, like the Labubu thing, if I was in marketing right now, or if I was going to school for marketing, that would be something I would really want to like study, because those little demon fucks came out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, like everybody was talking about wanting a Labubu, and like all the influencers online were talking about them and shit. I'm just like, these things are ugly. And then Harley's like, oh, I want one. And I'm like, it's $30 for a thing that hangs on your backpack, and I know you're going to lose it.
No, I know the company. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Lyra. I want Lyra to win.
I'll root for the person who takes the title off of either one of them at this point.
That's crazy. But we're gonna move on. So we have a steel cage match. Solo is facing off against a Jacob Fatu. United States title is on the line. Do you think Solo's getting it back? Do you think Jacob's getting it back? Or is Solo walking out and still your U.S. champion? Nicole?
I think honestly, Solo is gonna retain for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, but I agree. But I think it's gonna be some outside interference shit, and he's gonna be getting his ass whooped by Jacob most of the match.
Of course. I agree. I do think he's gonna retain the title.
Which is so weird. Why did they take the title off of Jacob so quick?
To start this feud with him and Solo.
To start this feud, and I think, which is smart.
Mhm.
I think they're also wanting to keep him available.
You think something? I think something big, like something big's gonna happen.
I think he's going to end up getting the big title sooner than later, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I wouldn't be mad at
So
that.
I think they're keeping, and I think, but they don't. I think they don't know as, and which I think like people will see once they get a little bit more into Unreal.
Mhm.
I think that I don't want to say he's a backup plan because I feel like sometimes that has a negative
Yeah,
connotation a little bit, but
but he's on the block.
I think
Yeah,
he's an emergency button.
yeah,
I
like
think
he.
they want him available enough, but keep him close enough to the U.S. title. So, in case, they don't use him or things don't work out, they got somewhere that he's going to use it because obviously somebody they believe on him, they want to make sure he's on pay-per-views X, Y, and Z. But
Yeah,
I think they're gearing him to be ready. This I know that was like very tinfoily hat of me, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like something's a brewing. I feel like they're trying to make sure they can pull him if need be.
yeah. He's not locked into a title, so
Yes.
it'll be easier to get him where they need him to be. But I'm gonna go solo on this one
Especially
too.
since LA Knight ain't on SmackDown anymore.
I
What?
was actually I was actually reading something about LA Knight and forgot what it was. But it was
I
like
don't
one of
think I don't think they officially moved him yet, but
the
they
no, it's
want
like
him on Netflix.
because the thing I was reading, the title of it was called the WWE has a big LA Knight problem. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. They're gonna be slandering LA Knight. So I clicked on it just to see, and it was just like, again, clickbaity, because the whole thing was just like, you have audiences going completely crazy over him when he comes out. You have the crowd behind him. Majority of your fan base likes him, but they're not doing anything. And if they don't do anything with him, they're like, well, the fans are already loud, but it was kind of funny because they put, no, the fans now knowing they can get wrestlers rehired again are not going to be afraid to be even more loud and obnoxious than they need to be.
True. Well, they probably will move him, like Nicole said, and like you said, they know the power of the fans. So I guess we're all picking solo for this match. I hate that
And
for you. I hate that for you, my summer one werewolf, but I got your back. I got your back.
like, but you're gonna be whooping his ass all match though. That's the plus side of it.
That's facts. That's facts. Okay, so Dom and AJ Styles.
What is that
Intercontinental.
picture of Dom? What the fuck?
He can't help it, baby. That's how his face is.
Why they
He
he looks, oh my god.
They
he
can't
looks.
help that his
They
face.
made Dom look so old.
What is that filter?
Y'all are old.
No, they made no
Mm-hmm.
offense to AJ, but they got him looking like he's AJ's age, and I don't mean that in a bad way because AJ Styles looks amazing, by the way. But
Kurt Plus, I'm telling you. It works
smells
wonders.
like Samoa Joe says it smells like lavender because when he used to choke AJ out, he picked up the scent of lavender. So when he got him
Funniest.
on good on that good Perk Plus.
Mm-hmm. But Dom is Intercontinental Champion. AJ Styles is your challenger. Who you got?
AJ.
I'm going Dom.
No, I'm going with
Sorry,
AJ
I'm trying to watch Blake, but I'm gonna pick AJ. Uncle AJ.
because now he got the Kabuki Warriors on his back or on his side, so that like cancels out Roxanne and Raquel if they try anything.
All right, we got 2 for AJ Styles and 1 for Dom. All right. Next match. was a big one.
She just got
Tag.
Booker T together for fucking up her name the other week.
No, she did not.
She said my name is Blake Monroe. She said remember it. She said because if you mess up my name again, you're gonna end up in a medical facility.
Oh.
Get him.
Ooh, child. I know Booker T sitting there like, bitch. I love it. Anyways, we got a massive tag team match. This match is tables, ladders, and chairs. The titles will be hung above the ring, and every respective tag team, sans Pretty Deadly, because one of them is injured, is in this match, including a new tag team of Rey Fenix and Andrade. Who y'all got? The current tag team champions, the Wyatt Six, or former champions in Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and we have two newcomer tag teams in Rey Fenix and Andrade and Fraxium. A lot gonna be going on in this match.
I'm going with Wyatt Sick. This is right up their alley. This match is gonna be total chaos. I'm gonna need Ciampa and Johnny to go home. Like, I am sick of them. I know I've said this like most of the time when we talked about them. I'm tired. Like, Ciampa, go home and rest your neck. Johnny, try to find a personality. And also, to go along with Wyatt Six, it was announced today that Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights will have a Wyatt Sick themed haunted house this year. So I may be having to take a trip to Universal Studios and probably pay money I don't have just to go through that haunted house, which I know that's probably something Bray always really wanted. So, you know what, my congratulations to the Rotunda family for getting that. Hope it's a great haunted house, all joking aside. But I'm going with Wyatt Six for this match. It's right up their alley. It's going to be crazy. Nikki's going to be diving off tables and jumping on people. I'm all for it.
Okie dokie. Nicole, who you got for the tag team match? The TLC tag team match.
Oh, they had her do this horrendous promo. I forgot they got all these fucking people in this damn match. I would give it to Axiom. I'm going Axiom.
Ooh,
Really?
Axiom. Well, I will say that I believe Wyatt Six will retain. But I do not mind Fraxium or Street Profits getting it if that were the case. I would give it back to the Street Profits, honestly, because I'm selfish like that. I'm extremely biased to the Street Profits. But I think that I think the YA6 is going to retain. I don't think they're going to drop it quite yet. But we'll see. Let me see what else we got. Oh, that's what we missing. We're going on to the next title bout. Triple threat for the Women's World Championship. Naomi is facing off against Io Sky, former champion, and of course, Rhea Bloody Ripley. Who you got?
Naomi, I'm not happy that this is a triple threat, but she's going to win.
Nicole, who you got?
I got Naomi. I feel like she's going to retain.
I agree. I 1000% agree. I think she's going to retain as well. We got one more match. This match is between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, and it will be a street fight. We all know who's gonna win. But just for the sake of doing, who do you got?
I got Cody.
Really?
Yeah. I got Cody on this one because
I think Johnson is gonna
Cody whooped his ass. I saw where he beat the shit out of Cena last week. That kind of made me happy a little bit, not gonna lie.
win.
But here's been my thing with the whole John Cena experiment that they're doing now.
Excuse me,
Okay.
sorry.
It's all right. If it makes you feel any better, a lot of the reason why I've been going on mute is because I've been burping like a motherfucker and I don't know why. I've actually been trying to eat healthier, and yeah, stomach's like, hey, you're giving me beer, or you're not giving me bread. Bread is unfermented beer. What are you doing to me? So, okay. This should have been Cena's last match. Because if we're talking about people being on borrowed time, Cody has came out and said also he is running out of time because that's why part of the reason why he wanted to come back, because he wanted to have a good run in WWE and then, be one of those guys that transition to the back, helping out wherever they need to help out at, right? So this should have been saved. And I know they're probably going to run it back because it's WWE. But unless they are pulling somebody like Nicole said a couple weeks ago, like someone like Obafemi, they should have kept this till that Saturday night main event. Because if John loses, who at this for NXT, if say like Obafemi comes up and starts going after John Cena, great, perfect, great for his career, and on a happy note, right? And good for Oba, of course. But it's like, where do you go from here with the guys fighting John Cena? If Cody does not win, who else would be next? Because if Roman's going to be busy with Bloodline stuff again, which seems like it, in and out filming the Street Fighter movie with Akuma, but then Cody's going to be out too. But they're probably going to market the crap out of when Cody starts doing leaves when he goes do Guile, and we don't know how in depth Guile's going to be. I mean, he could be killed off in the first 5 minutes for all we know. Like, who knows? But who do they have entertainment wise? Who do they have that they can put up against Cena to get us through till December? Because let's see, we have August, September, October, November. We have 5 months left of this year. Who can they get within that 5-month period to build something? And please don't say The Rock, because if that's the case, I will throw up right now.
You're talking about somebody who can entertain and work with John Cena. My biggest guess would be LA Knight.
Because he'd have to be on Cena's level when it comes to mic skills. He'd have to be able to have a good match with Cena. I'm not, whatever, because it's Cena, whatever you want to say, as he is as a wrestler, as a person, whatever. But if they don't do LA Knight, who else is back there? Because LA Knight would be great against Cena, but if this is a big match, and I know they're rolling it out for one of the big shows, where does John and where does Cody go from here? If Cody doesn't win that title, then what? Is it just going to be rinse and repeat for the rest of the year? Is he going away to film Street Fighter? It's just a lot of what ifs. I think Cody's going to win because one of these matches that he's going to have come the closer to December, it's going to be one of those matches where the sins of everything that Cena has done since he turned heel is going to come back and bite him in the ass. So
yeah, but the only way to do that is he needs to have a real adversary that he can pass the torch to.
Right. But that's where it hits. It's like He's already wrestled Punk. This is like the second time, third time he's wrestling Cody. Is it the second time? I
Yes.
feel like second time he's wrestled Cody. He, he wrestled Truth. He, they got to find somebody that, this is seen as last go around. This is seen as last match. They're going to have somebody that can take that title off, that the fans will be happy that he has the title, but they also won't shit on him if because if Cena's last match isn't good enough for the IWC, if that makes
I
sense.
think that the person that's going to take that title off of him is Cody. I just don't think it's at SummerSlam. Because you're thinking about it in terms of like where can we go from here, because you're like, okay, Cody's if Cody doesn't win, then where does that leave us? I don't believe for a minute that they're going to just let John walk away with that title and not give that title back to Cody. That's not possible, mainly because Cody is their version of John Cena for right now. Out of all of the people on the roster, he is the only pure baby face that they have. This is from their words, not mine. This is what they said. So there's no way that they're not going to let John Cena pass the torch to Cody, because that essentially is the end game here. It just doesn't mean it's going to happen right now. So more than likely it will happen on their last match, which will happen in December. I don't think he's going to win it. I think that John Cena is more than likely going to be, coming. He's going to win somehow at this street fight. He may get up against LA Knight. You're going to have something going. And he probably will take a little break where he won't show up. Cody's going to be gone for at least the month of August, bare minimum, no matter how minimal or large his his job is in this particular movie. Roman comes and goes at the drop of a dime. So it doesn't bother me that Roman is in and out the way that he is. But at this point, I think if you're thinking about it in terms of long term going, thinking ahead, I think you're thinking too far ahead. You have to think about what works for right now. Even if we didn't know that Cody was getting ready to do the part of Guile for Street Fighter, I still would say that he wasn't winning at SummerSlam. And I still don't think he's going to win. If he wins, of course, I'll be ecstatic. I'll be happy. And then I would be asking, like, where do we go from here? But at this point, I'm going to stick to what I do know. And then by how things play out within the next couple of weeks, that assessment can be revealed later on. But based off of what we know and what we're going to see at SummerSlam, I don't think that Cody's getting the title back right now. Nicole, who you got in this match? Do you have anybody, or you just don't care?
No, I care. I think Cody's winning, and I think they're gonna do a double turn. Was that Joe? Oh, is he shown back up? Oh Lord. Oh, this isn't the first time they showed Joe Hendry. Okay. Um. Oh, he's probably shown up at that match. I'm going with Cody, and it's gonna be a double turn. That's my final verdict.
Crazy.
I think we're gonna get a double turn.
Not
You
with you,
think
Lander. Brody. I mean, sure, they can do that too.
Because
Well,
regardless, everybody gonna be off anyway. So so it wouldn't. So that's why I don't see necessarily the argument. Because I've like seen this online too. People are like, "Well, I'm not. Well, why would they give it Cody? He's about to film a movie. All three of the motherfuckers is about to film a movie.
I know that John Cena is having to get ready to do press for Peacemaker because Peacemaker is getting ready to come out.
I know,
Um,
but he's also has to film a movie too.
which
he's
So that's what I'm saying. Like they all three of them are filming a movie, and also I don't think Street Fighter is necessarily going to take that long because um for Fantastic Four, they high key did not shoot for very long.
Because a lot of
Because
it went to effects and shit. That's what they were.
what?
No, with the Fantastic Four, that's why they shot, but then because they knew the longest thing that was going to take them was the CGI and everything that they would have to add in.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
mean, I'm assuming that's going to be the same thing with like Street Fighter because of the way. I mean, I don't know, and I don't necessarily care because I really don't care about gaming and all that much, anyways. But um, I think obviously from like what I remember Street Fighter as a kid, I feel like they're probably going to try to be as accurate-ish as they can without feeling too goofy like a Mortal Kombat. So I feel like majority of that is probably going to be CGI. So I don't even think they're probably even going to be filming for that long. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not like Cody is a main character is playing. I don't think he's a main person.
Yeah, he is actually. He's one of the main. He's like basically the best way to describe Guile is basically the Captain America of the Street Fighter universe.
Oh,
The focus of Street Fighter though was Guile's big problem was them Bison. That was his issue. But a
yeah,
lot of the focus of Street Fighter went between Ken, Ryu, and Akuma. And we did, to be fair, we don't know which story they're gonna put the most on.
yeah.
So that's the issue.
Who is this? Nia Jax?
In NXT,
Oh, not they dropped her off in NXT. No. Oh.
to do what?
Oh, she's about to feud with Lash.
No, yes, build her up, and get her ass up.
Where did she come from?
Don't cost that
Samoa,
girl that title.
San
They
Diego.
must see it for Lash
Yeah.
because they make Nia work for people who they about to put over.
Mm-hmm. Or Nia could have abdicated for her and said she want to work with her.
She probably do because she
Yeah.
like big bitches like her. So, which I love that. I
I
think
respect
like
that.
that's one of
Respect.
her very few redeeming qualities.
That's facts.
That she does try to make sure like the people who are adjacent to her get shine.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gents, that is SummerSlam, and we talked about WWE Unreal today. So,
Nia looks great though. That's a great blowout.
what she got? A cat suit on, or she got her gear on?
No, she got this cute bodysuit on and like boots and jeans, but her hair looks really good.
Oh, she got it blown out nice.
That's a real good. Either she got. I feel like that looks like that's her hair though.
Is it a ponytail?
No, it's down.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch NXT later. But we talked about all of the matches. We covered everybody's matches. This is going to be a long weekend, folks. So SummerSlam starts at 6, from what I understand. They're going to have the pre-show. It's going to start at 1, so it's going to be between 4 and 5 hours long for that pre-show. And they're talking about having 12 hours of content between both nights. It's going to be a long one. Personally, I would recommend that you not watch the pre-show because you're just going to be listening to Booker T, Biggie, Jackie Redmond talk about these matches to excess, and they have to. That's their job. But if you don't need to hear all of that, I would recommend that you just put the shit on in the background, mute it so you can have it on so you're on the server and you don't get booted off, because that's the kind of shit that be happening when you start watching it on Peacock and shit. Like the servers, you get put on like the last couple of servers when you come in at the last minute, and that's how you end up buffering. Okay.
No, was y'all's buffering a lot during Evolution, like the first half of it?
Mm-mm.
Because
Mine didn't buffer to the middle of Evolution. That's when it buffered.
Mine was the beginning of it because it would like, and it wasn't anything bad. It would just stop and do like the circle thing for a second, then do it. And I got like 3 minutes and then it would stop, do the circle thing, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, oh my God, this is fucking annoying.
Yeah, I think that sometimes it's not. I don't know if the servers they're not bad on Peacock because it's a rarity. I buffer when watching it. I think it has more to do with our internet than it does with the Peacock. Um,
Better than
because
WWE Network, I'll tell you that shit right off the
yeah,
bat.
for now, for now it is. They the servers are seem to be fine. I think that they do a pretty good job at making sure you can get enough on there. But I also, like I said, I think it's more of an issue with AT&T if you have them, or some people who have Xfinity or anything like that. Verizon have a better outlook, or they can look at the shows better than we can because it's just a stronger output for the internet.
T-Mobile mobile internet.
Yeah. So for now, ladies and gents, we're gonna get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week, and we'll talk more about WWE Unreal. We'll do a quick rundown of SummerSlam and the results of everything, but we'll talk more about WWE Unreal at length, and I'll make sure the girls do their homework and watch the 5 episodes. Okay?
Period.
And we will talk all about it and give you guys our thoughts like we always do. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Be sure to follow us on our socials. You can always find us over at Down for the Count 19 on Twitter and at D4TC _ podcast. You can always listen to our podcast over here on YouTube or over here on Spotify, whatever makes you happy. Spotify now has video format as well, so you can watch it as a video or you can listen to it as a podcast. It's totally up to you. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Down for the count.